is right in front of me, and I can honestly tell him that I'm going to knock him spark out.
The knockout. A brief moment where boxing fans stand together in utter disbelief.
Lightning quick power!
Though as it happens, the long-winded beatdowns over the course of 12 is the usual cause of a swift spike of adrenaline. But sometimes, things can happen a lot sooner.
Oh, he's gonna have to be stopped.
In the first 20 seconds of the bout, down goes Ruiz, and it's unlikely he'll be getting up, and Tony Perez says enough.
So if you have a slight fetish for a knockout or two, then you just might want to stick around, hit that subscribe button, as we present to you 25 first-round knockouts that shock the boxing world.
They have to be perfect. For 12 rounds, I only have to be perfect for 2 seconds.
What better place to start than with the man, the myth, and the legend himself? As Mike Tyson grew as a heavyweight star, his legacy echoed incredibly throughout the globe. But one of his greatest and most endeared nights of his career came when he fought Michael Spinks back in '88.
And he's down again and in serious trouble. A right hand right on the chin. 6, 7.
Like I said, my trainer told me the whole purse is better on 1 round. Now I come back to collect my money and he said he was joking. He didn't make the bet.
You lucky you getting this opportunity, man. You lucky you getting this opportunity. Yeah, that's what you're lucky. Yeah, I'm lucky. You just a stepping stone. That's all you need, champ.
After Dawson claiming the Stevenson fight was nothing more than a tune-up bout, it was only deserving that a wake-up call would teach a common lesson, never overlooking your opponent. What happened next certainly demonstrated that. Managing to land a chomping left hook with just 40 seconds left of the first led to what was going to be an unforgettable sight for fans as Johnny Gonzalez pulled off the truly unthinkable.
Gonzalez drops Manes with the lethal left.
Manes has to hold, guys. He's got to hold.
Goes down again.
He's got to hold.
Mamma mia! Gonzalez has done it!
Nobody believed in him. He said as soon as he touched in LA, everybody was against him. And then he comes over and wins the fight that only his corner, Nacho Beristain and his corner, believed that he could win this fight.
25 of his wins are by KO. He is the man from down under, James Thunder.
Taking a hop back to '97, viewers witnessed one of the fastest boxing knockouts in history, a fight between Jimmy Thunder and Crawford Grimsley that was over in just 1.5 seconds from the first bell.
Knockout, and now cracks Grimsley with the first punch, and that looks like it is it.
Why is the referee counting? You don't have to count on that. This fight is over. The referee counted him out.
Or y'all was here to see what I'm about. You'd be like, man, this dude is really, he is focused, man. He's determined to be champion.
Though not quite the historic upset as to Buster Douglas's win over Tyson, but Nobuhiro Ishida's first-round knockout over Kirkland certainly surprised the majority, when Kirkland had proven to be so dominating in previous fights.
His right hand. There it is again. Third knockdown now, and Joe Cortez is stopping the fight. James Kirkland was fighting Cortez to try to get up, and Cortez pushed him down. He stopped the fight.
No way, this is not a 4-round fight. This is not an amateur bout. You let the fight go, especially when there's no clear signs of me being hurt.
After bizarre events caused controversy during their first meet, the Holt and Torres rematch was bound to deliver a much-needed means to an end.
Big right hand, down goes Holt.
But after 2 heavy knockdowns in just the early stages of the first, Kendall Holt's recovery led him to pull off a stone-cold stoppage was pretty unhuman.
Bearing in, trying to end this thing in the first round. That last left hook was a tremendous. Torres is on the ropes, he gets caught, he goes down. He's out, too. I don't think he's getting up. He's done. The left hand, he'll never get up. Torres out of it. What a fight in the first round.
Another rematch of more recent times next, but this time one of which had the Alabama's bronze bomber wipe out the very same man that took him the distance just 2 years prior.
Hammer, and here in round one, he is rocking Stavern!
Statement. That is a statement. As I say to you, I can't see myself getting beat.
It wasn't just the knockouts that cemented the history books in boxing, but also the unique showmanship and characteristics of certain individuals like the Prince, who carried finesse, as well as devastating power.
Oh my word! This fight is not finished in the first round, it's because Nat doesn't win, but yet it's all over. All over. The most clinical finish seen in the British ring for some time.
And speaking of Brits, it was middleweight's Dark Destroyer, Nigel Benn, that was making a name for himself on the come-up. After just 16 seconds into the first, knocking out Ian Chandler with a devastating right hand, abruptly putting the division on blast.
That is one punch, and Ian Chandler is down. He's very close to it, and he will not get up from that.
It was fairly rapid, 16 seconds.
Yeah, well, you know, he came out, he was giving me the eye and all that. And I don't like people giving me the eye, you know, and it really bugs me.
By this point, Eubank Sr.'s conflict with Ben was only growing more swiftly by the day, and after knocking out Dos Santos in just 20 seconds with a vicious right, led to what was to become one of boxing's biggest rivalries just 2 months on.
Who is it? Have a road sweeper? Hey, I've done that before. Now I'm with the big boys. I'm there already. He's got to prove himself, not me.
When it comes to matchmaking, we've seen some of the poorest decisions made when finding equal-level opposition. But when Estrada knocked out Adkins, setting a new world record, it demonstrated how dangerous mismatches can actually be.
Come out of her corner, 80 left of 1, 2, 3, 4. It was Lamb versus Lyon. It is over. One of the quickest knockouts in women's boxing history.
You've got quite a path to follow in. Audie Harrison won gold in Sydney in 2000, James DeGale in Beijing in 2008, but neither has really managed to match that success professionally.
Britain's biggest heavyweight star got off to a good start after dominating Emmanuel Leo from start to finish during his professional debut, which soon led to a promising career ahead.
You know what? He is getting tattooed here, and he has to go, and it's over.
Let's have a good, clean fight. This for a heavyweight championship of the world. God bless both of you. Shake hands. Let's come out fight.
This time, a blast back to the 90s, as Michael Bent pulled off an upset victory over boxing and movie star Tommy Morrison, bringing back familiar demons from his crushing defeat to Mercer in '91.
Morrison. He has been plagued by a weak chin. Michael Bent on the verge of a big moment, and he's got it. That's it. A first-round KO for Michael Bent. And there goes Tommy Morrison's $8 million payday.
Bizarro. And as Larry Merchant points out, third time this year that a heavyweight contender has had a massive speculative paycheck taken away from him by an untimely loss.
Just a few years forward, Britain's Lennox Lewis pulled off yet another sweet victory as he caught Polish heavyweight Andrew Galata in the early stages of the first with some crippling combinations.
Told Galata, welcomes to the Lion's Den, and you know, you could say the people awoke in a sleeping lion, and that was me.
It was the fight prior to his world title showdown with Jose Pedraza that captured fans' attention, when Gervonta Davis only took 15 seconds to finish Orozco with an unforgettable looping right-hand shot to the side of his head, locking in a career fastest win.
Powell.
Powell versus Bendridge made for one of the strangest first rounds in boxing, as both men simultaneously knocked each other down to get straight back up almost instantly afterwards. But it was just moments later when Powell's left hand emphatically ended the night for Bendridge.
A massive left hand by Powell, and Bendridge is out of it. He is out of it.
I don't know what else to tell you. Sure, I know how to fight. I just gotta go in there and fight.
Back to boxing's most notorious knockout artist, as Mike's loss to Lennox wasn't going to hold him back from gaining one last destructive stoppage for his resume. And what certainly looks to be the most explosive first rounder on our list, as the back and forth gunfight between Kirkland and Conyers turned out to be quite a spectacle.
And here he goes, a right hand staggers Conyers. Kirkland down.
A fight that was clearly not going to go the distance and bound to end sooner rather than later.
This dynamic, remember, well, it's waved off now. 3 knockdown round. Conyers doesn't know where he is.
James Mandingo Kirkland.
Known as one of the most honored names in middleweight boxing, Bernard Hopkins paved the way for all upcomers aspiring to achieve greatness within the sport. And with knockouts like this, you can arguably see why.
Right hand right out of the box, down goes Fred. And he is hurt too. It's over.
I'm focused, I'm back, and I just want to prove to the world by my performance. That's all I want to be judged by, is my performance, that I'm the best middleweight in the world. And if I'm not, then I'll pack my bags. All right, bro,
he's never been seriously hurt, much less knocked down, and a knockout punch, which has taken him a long way, but not all of the way.
Samoan heavyweight David Tua was nothing short of a sensation when it came to knockouts. And after rampaging his way through the division, landing his 17th soul-destroying stoppage, certainly raised some concern to if he ever was to cross paths with Iron Mike.
Down goes Moore. I say Moore's leading in. He's not moving at all. It's over
with. Boxing's young protege, Ryan Garcia, has always had a message for all the doubters. But when he landed this punch-perfect left hook, laying Francisco Fonseca out cold on the canvas, we knew he really meant business.
Oh, the left hand sends Fonseca down, flat on his back. It's over. There, he's done it again. Ryan Garcia.
Come on, everybody, let's go. I'm turned up. I'm turned up. Let's go.
It seems when it comes to proteges with heavy hands, DAZN's Nikita Ababi is definitely one to be on the lookout for, carrying a vicious nature for knockout stoppages.
Unfortunately, the ring tonight here in Guadalajara is only 18 feet. It's a very, very small ring. Broner doesn't have much room to move around. He's going to have to use his punching ability to hold off the much taller Litzau.
Peeking back to the earlier days of Broner's career, we could really see the potential he had as a hungry prospect, with a slick Mayweather style, combined with bad intentions, making for a recipe to be a future megastar.
Mouthpiece is out. Good uppercut. Litzau's down. And it's over in round 1. Adrian Broner with a defining first-round stoppage of Jason Litzau.
And last but not least, Jermell Charlo's vicious knockout of Erickson Lubin in the last 30 seconds certainly proved he was more than just a contender amongst the division's finest.
11 of his knockouts.